Gets me through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Check your phone. Check the last message from your partner if you are indeed in a relationship. Because at some point, we switch from love yous to logistics. And it just becomes those mundane details that you have to discuss with your partner. It's unavoidable. And then sometimes, like I do, I go, oh, my God, who are we?
Where's the passion?
Where is the passion?
Where did it drift off to?
May I give you an example?
Yes, please.
This was this morning.
Because your husband, by the way, is a passionate man. He's just chock-a-block full of passion. It oozes out of his pores.
Oh, my God. I couldn't get a word out of him on the weekend because the ice hockey season started again, the NHL.
And lots to discuss.
I just sat on the couch with him. I was eating my breakfast. I'm like, I'm just going to go and sit outside. Like absolute donuts from the man.
I forgot to specify. He's passionate about ice hockey.
Yes, correct. So this was this morning. What are you doing from him? I'm like, I'm working you.
Yeah.
And he says, babysitting.
Yeah.
I go, your own children? And he said, yes, that's correct.
Yep. Good. Now that is a conversation of a couple who are very, very well established.
Oh, man, it's not exactly can't wait for you to come home.
No, it's not, isn't it?
Maybe we could have a bit of mummy-daddy time. It's nothing like that.
Yeah, see, you say that, like the passion leaves at a certain time of the relationship. Do you want to hear mine?
Yeah, please.
Particular messages?
Yeah.
All right. So just strap yourself in because this is just as passionate as it gets. It's just not enough. Cara sending me a message.
Yep.
Car won't start. I said, oh my God, it's the battery. I've cooked it. She said, I can't get in until Monday. I can't even jump and start it from your car because you don't have one. And I said, that's correct. I know I don't have one. So what now? She said, F knows. I need to get Lottie to ELC in the morning. Mum will hopefully help.
Whoa!
My very goodness.
My goodness me.
Seconds later, everyone's clothes was off. Yes.
Wow.
Amber, do you want to kick us off? Good morning to you.
Good morning, how are we?
We're great, thank you. What was the last exchange with your partner?
So it started this morning. We both have shift work, so our shifts are all over the place. I sent him a message saying, wake up, I'm leaving for work, and don't forget to send me a roster, brushed our daughter's hair, and changed our son's nappy before we took him off at grandma's.
Bang.
Wait.
Yeah, so I got a screenshot of his roster back and a thumbs up.
Thumbs up emoji.
Doesn't that just send these beautiful shivers through your body, Amber, when you get the thumbs up?
Is like, I can't even be bothered to put words into a text now. That's how bad things are going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, it's got ADHD as well. So, like, I pretty much, our text messages between each other are just me giving him lists of things to do.
Yeah.
Like, for the day. Like a checklist.
I have to ask you this, though, Amber. Did the screenshot of his roster for the next couple of weeks, did that make you really toey? No,
that's a yes. That is a yes. That is. I'm not sure what I can talk about on radio because moments after that text exchange, things went really, really north and south. If you know what I mean, Charles.
No, exactly right.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jody and Hazy's Naughty at 6:40.
Naughty.
Yeah, a bit looser this time of the morning. Yep. We can get away with some stuff before we've got to straighten up after 7 o'clock.
This is where we all pucker up and let's go.
Let's talk underwear, use or not use of.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay, this will make sense when I say it. Delta Airlines recently released a 2-page memo detailing appearance requirements for future employees, which stipulates that flight attendants must wear underwear. Why are you booing? Why are you guys booing? Oh, come on, guys. Straighten up.
Is that like a no-brainer?
Oh, it probably is.
Can I say, those skirts are tight.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The memo is split into 4 sections covering grooming, hair and what jewellery is acceptable and clothing. More specifically, it states that proper undergarments must be worn by interviewees and current flight attendants must not be visible. So is it a Sharon Stone sliver moment that they're trying to avoid, or what's going on?
I'm confused as to how they know that people aren't wearing them.
That's the thing.
No, but can I go back to my original point, please?
Sure.
Please.
Those skirts are so tight that you can see whether
The
they
underline.
are or if they're not. So if you're wearing a G-string, you'll see the outline. If you're wearing full briefs, you'll see the outline. If you're not wearing any underwear, then you won't see anything at all. So either way, those flight attendants can't win. Because we will be able to
lose.
tell if she's Nicholas or if she's not Nicholas.
What if she's wearing like a pair of like old school Ren and Stimpy satin boxer shorts?
So true.
That's also distracting because you know,
Can I
who
ask?
wears them these days?
No, can I ask a question? You would have had a pair of them.
Yeah, absolutely I did.
You would have. This is why you went home alone at 3 a.m. every single time, because no one is having sex with you when you're wearing Ren and Stimpy
Yeah, but
boxer shorts.
they didn't even know I was wearing it.
I know, but that's
So if I'd got someone home and then they saw it, they still would have left.
yeah, but you were enough of a douche for people to go, he'd be wearing Ren and Stimpy underwear.
Stimpy, you idiot!
He's been in some of the biggest international TV shows like Game of Thrones,
She's your sister, and you left her to die.
some of the highest grossing films like the Avatar sequel.
Probably smarter than us. No, smarter than me. Hey, I'm the one with the harpoon.
But we know him more for being Tom in Love My Way.
If you still feel like this on your birthday in 3 months, then I'll help you.
Ahead of his new show, Plum, premiering this Sunday at 8:30 on ABC. Please welcome Brendan Cowell.
Casey, please say a very good morning to our super special guest, Brendan Cowell. Hey.
Morning.
Hey guys, how you going? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on. Please tell us about Peter the Plum Lum living the dream until he's not in this incredible new show.
Yeah, well, that pretty much sums it up. I wanted to explore post-career for athletes, you know, what happens to them. And because I've read a lot about how they can become very depressed, the lack of identity, what happens with their body. And Peter the Plum Lum works at the airport. He was a footy hero, kind of Paul Gallen, kind of Greg Bird kind of guy. And he's got a girlfriend and a son who loves his beers with the boys and training. And then one day at work, he has an epileptic fit. He has a seizure on the tarmac as a result of the concussions he took on the field, because he was one of the toughest to ever play. And suddenly he's faced with a bit of a situation, which is, you know, do something about it. Very hard when you've never been scared of anything, and the way you solve things is through running through a brick wall. So that's kind of where we lay our scene.
It's an interesting situation, mate. I know, and even from an AFL perspective, it's the same thing. And I didn't play at the top level, but it used to be a badge of honour. If you could get through a concussion test, come out the other side and still be dizzy and not know where you were, but play, you were a hero. And now, and I've had to do it, I'm 40 years old now, and I've had to sit down and be like, geez, man, how many concussions did I cop?
But how many concussions do you think you had when you played?
I had 3 really bad ones,
Yeah.
but I had, I reckon, maybe a dozen of the micro ones, which were where you'd get knocked and phased, and you knew that by the time you got to the bench, you'd be fine, so you'd push through it for a good 30 seconds. Who knows what's going to happen?
No,
mate.
that's
It's
amazing, man.
concerned.
The thing that they're becoming more concerned with is those repeated concussions, isn't it? When you have been concussed and you come back out, leaving yourself vulnerable to be concussed twice. You know, a direct avenue towards CTE. Of course, you can't diagnose CTE till posthumously because you can't go ferreting around in the brain. But there is TES, which is traumatic encephalopathy syndrome, where ex-players, even soldiers and sound people and boxers might show symptoms of, you know, bouts of rage, forgetfulness, insomnia, mood swings. So it's a really, really intrusive and bewildering disease. And what I'm more interested in as a dramatist is what happens to a male in that situation. How does he talk to his girlfriend? How does he talk to his son? And this is about communicating.
See, and that's another element, and that's something that, sorry for taking over, but that's something I'm learning as well, and that is communication, talking about how you're feeling, and not just emotional, but now physical. It's a massive generational shift now.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. I mean, you get the feeling that, you know, with the millennial dads being more present and guys going, you know, there's a lot of podcasts and people out there going, no, let's wrap this up. Let's not just drink it down, push it down. But where behaviour becomes toxic is when you deny how you're really feeling and it inevitably spurts out. And he's not only doesn't have the skills to communicate, he's been told that it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because he thinks, I don't want to impose myself. I don't want to have to bloody be a burden. And the new idea of bravery that I'm trying to present in the male world is maybe putting your hand up and saying I'm stressed, confused and afraid is bravery. More so than going back out on the field with a broken jaw and putting it back into your mouth gut.
Yeah, that's
mouth gut,
absolutely incredible. And I can see what's happening here. There's a budding bromance between the two of you because you're bonding already. and now it's going to get even firmer because I'm going to tell you, Brendan, that he loves NRL as much as you do. And I think you're a big Cronulla Sharks fan, aren't you?
Yeah, well, that was kind of also probably the secret I'm trying to keep, is that I made this show so I could finally live my fantasy of being a Sharks champion. You know? The only way it was ever going to happen was through fiction.
Just before I let you go, I have to ask you about Love My Way, which is one of the best series that has ever been made in this country. There's no question about that. And you know, when you have a scene from a show that sticks with you forever, that creates trauma, when the little girl dies in the park, when she's running through the park in Love My Way.
Spoiler!
Sorry! Oh, mate, it's about 20 years. You just said it's 20 years old. But that has...
You just had half of the town about to go, I might watch that tonight. Oh, well. Everyone was just about to buy the DVD box set.
I'm sorry, I've just cost you some royalties now. But that is just the most powerful television I've ever watched. And if anyone hasn't watched this series, you need to. And you were great in it.
It was until Sunday night, I think.
Yeah. Well, yes. Now your new show has come along and usurped Love My Way. Well done.
Well, you know, the smart thing that I did, I got the producer from Love My Way, the writer from Love My Way, a couple of the actors from Love My Way, and I thought, not unlike a footy team, if you put a couple of those champions around you who can deliver that stuff, then we might be all right.
We could absolutely talk to you all day, but now I'm going to sit back and watch Hazy go, no, you hang up, and then Brendan go, no, you hang up first.
Oh, finally, it's good to talk some sort of NRL with someone who appreciates it.
I know.
We're in South Australia. We don't get much NRL I've done here, Brendan.
That's all right, mate. Well, jump in on Sunday night. It's Love My Way meets the Cronulla Sharks.
Oh, there you go.
Brendan Cowell, what a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for your generosity with your time, and it's so lovely to chat with you. You're welcome on our show any single time.
Thank you, mate. We appreciate you. Thanks very much.
No, good on you, mate.
Leaving a company or a job or anything in particular, it can be awkward.
It can. And it can be awkward when it's someone that you think in your head, Jesus Christ, how did you even survive this long?
Yeah.
Because you're really bad at your job.
Can't wait to see the back of you.
And also you're a bit of a D-head.
Yeah, 100%. D-head. I don't even know what that means, but I assume it's not good.
No.
A UK woman who sued her former employer over not receiving a leaving card has lost her employment claim after it was revealed the card was hidden from her when only 3 people had signed it.
And then she sued them. And that, my darling girl, is the reason why everyone's pleased to see the back of you.
Yes. Coincidentally, her name is Karen Conahan. She brought 40 complaints to a tribunal and claimed that the lack of leaving card was a failure to acknowledge her existence. And then their response basically was, well, we hid it from her because we thought that would be even more derogatory that such little people interacted with the card.
Yeah, that's sad, isn't it? 3 people. How does it say how many people in the whole entire company? Is it like a card?
300.
300.
She works at Google. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow. That is pretty brutal, isn't it?
Do you know the other thing as well is when you leave some of those big, stupid farewell cards?
Yeah.
Oh, Producer Flack, you've got some thoughts on this.
I've had 7 over my whole career.
Stop getting fired, mate.
It's kind of hard. And I've burnt every one of them.
Really?
They're just that they're a waste of money. I don't like them. And also, you have a look through them and it's like, oh, Bob in finance signed it. Oh, great to work with you. Bob, I spoke to you once in 3 years. Why did you sign my card?
Yeah,
that's the worst. Because then when the card's going around and everyone's sort of there and they go, hey, blah, blah's leaving. Here you go. Do you want to write a message? And I'm like, no. So I'm stuck writing, hey, good luck from Andrew.
Well, also, if it's a really good friend that you really like and you value them, I'm sending a text message. Yeah. I'm saying, hey, I'm so sad to see you go, blah, 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 blah. I'm not writing it in a public forum in front of everybody. That's weird.
Yeah, and do the right thing. When I leave places, give me beer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
give me a case of beer.
I've got some real thoughts on what I'll write in your card when you go. You ready? Do you want me to relay them to you?
Yeah, or do you want me to read it? You write it down and I'll read it.
Right, I'm writing it. What does my message say to you?
Dear Hazy, I will miss the presence of your calves. All the best. Go yourself.
It was so close. It was just, dear Andrew, off.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jody and Hazy's Naughty at 6:40.
Naughty.
Sometimes you just go, do you know what? to hell with it. I'm going to be just a little bit of extra blue.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it after 7 o'clock, so this is the space to do it. Get it out of your system, Joe.
I'm not going to argue with you. Hit me. What you got?
Sometimes these stories just float across my desk, or do I find them? Sometimes we meet in the middle. Here's one for you. A Dutch man was hospitalised after inserting 15 hard-boiled eggs into his rectum while under the influence of drugs. I'll tell you what have I always said about the Dutch?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. To all the Dutch people out there, stop using your rectum as a storage facility. It's not supposed to be used for that. The man experienced severe abdominal pain leading to emergency surgery to remove the eggs, which had caused intestinal tears. Ouch!
Oh.
Doctors successfully treated him, and despite the very unusual situation, the patient recovered without further complications. Bit of an extreme activity, if you know what I mean. Extreme.
Oh, no, I got it. I saw. Oh.
Thank you very much.
I mean, if you could, to be fair, I'm just trying to think about this in a Temu sense, because I bought an egg dispenser from there once and it sort of shoots it out the bottom.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the concept itself isn't bad. It could be a fairly decent egg dispenser if you can keep the egg intact, don't you think?
That's the big issue, though. Hard-boiled eggs probably easier than normal eggs to keep intact, but when you got 15 there as well, that's more than a dozen.
Yeah.
That's a great effort. I'm not sure what maximum capacity is up there.
I don't know.
I would have thought, for me personally, I'd be sort of pushing 6, I reckon, let alone a full dozen. But once again, we've always said that about the Dutch. Very good at storing multiple eggs in their rectums.
I never thought I'd see the day when I'd come into work and have a discussion about how many hard-boiled eggs you can fit up your ass.
The broader question as well, Jodes, is 13, 24, 10. What have you accidentally stored in your rectum? It happens all the time, whether it's a passion piece or you've just got no storage space at home. These days, space can be very, very scarce.
Oh, God.
And if you've got any ideas, 13, 24, 10, what you've stored up there.
Call us.
Or send us a text to 0400 919 919.
No, we're not.
I'll go first.
All right.
An Acra.
For the uninitiated, that's the award that Daisy won last weekend for being the best newcomer.
It's up there. There's not much other space in there, but that's a passion piece, by the way. You put it there.
I really need a chit chat. Let's have a chit chat. It is so time for a chit chat.
Let's go, girls.
Yeah, let's go, girls. Woo. You just sit in the corner and shut your face.
Yes, ma'am.
Producer Zoe, we were talking the other day about breakups. Can be good, can be bad. You can gain things or you can lose things. I want to know what you've lost.
I think when we started this conversation, Hazy piped in with dignity.
I don't think I said that.
Oh, maybe I said it about myself.
I think you said that. I think you said don't say dignity.
And then this morning you followed it up with confidence.
I didn't say it was you. I said don't. And then Jody was looking at you.
When was the last breakup I went through?
And the producer Flack didn't know where to look.
I know.
So he just looked down.
Yeah. It was awkward for Flack.
I've been in a relationship for like 15 years, so you weren't talking about me.
That's so true. Well, actually, on the contrary, I've gained something from my latest breakup.
Go on.
A houseplant. A really good one.
Congratulations.
One of those like fiddle leaf ones.
It's the small victories, I guess.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, the fiddle leaf are the big fellas too, aren't they?
Yes, but mine's like one of the sort of mini versions, so it sits nicely in my room.
Oh, that's lovely.
I definitely abandoned it for like a month after the breakup.
I was going to say,
really
though,
took it out on the plant.
You would have really had some vindictive feelings towards that plant.
The plant services department almost turned up at your door.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. And funnily enough, when we were talking about this, I realised every plant I have in my room is from an ex-partner.
Oh. my God. Oh, my God. You live in a forest.
I was going to say, I've got 2 plants.
And that's the thing. So anyone who goes to producer Zoe's house, particularly if you're a new mate, you're like, what's going on with this forest here? What are we doing here? And she's like, it's just trophies from all my exes. You've got a spot over there.
Yeah. Hey, I want to ask you, you got quite teary when you spoke about something that you lost in a relationship. Tell everyone.
Yeah, a couple of exes ago. Look, I think it was pretty amicable the way that we went our separate ways, but what I lost in a relationship was, and I still haven't seen to this day, nor do I think I'll ever get it back.
Yeah.
It was a copy of Anthony Kiedis' autobiography, Scar Tissue.
Oh.
Yes, which I'd lent to my ex-girlfriend's father.
Oh.
And that never came back into my hands.
Oh, God.
That's something I think about most days.
Okay.
Most hours.
right.
Most minutes as well.
Yeah.
All right.
What a loss.
Thanks for reopening that wound,
Yeah,
Joe.
thanks.
That's okay.
Oh, my
I'm
gosh.
just going to assume his name is David. Dave, 1324.
Have you still got
Have
it?
you still got scar tissue around?
I'll get a text from him. He's like, I'm almost finished.
Also, it's $26.99 from Dimmicks. So if you're really that heartbroken about it, you can just go and grab a
another one.
coffee.
Yeah, okay, but this was my original copy.
Oh, okay. It meant something. Was it signed
Yeah,
by
signed.
Anthony?
No, it wasn't.
A few of my exes have lost some hoodies as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got a little collection.
So
Painting myself in a really positive light this morning, aren't I?
In the forest,
in
a
a
spot for the new plant. A spot in the drawer there to leave your hoodie there. You know the drill, fellas.
oh, darling girl.
Oh, darling.
Okay, at least you're warm.
Yeah, I'm
At
warm.
least you're warm.
And good oxygen in the room from all the plants.
Yes.
So true.
Great flora.
A lot of bugs.
Lots of
That's okay.
fruit flies.
Yeah. Is that what we're calling your exes now? Classic.